Hello my good students, welcome back to our War on the Sea Let's Play series as the US Naval Forces, where we have recently had a victorious surface engagement. Finally 22 videos in and we've had a serious surface engagement, and we might be having another surface engagement similarly to the previous one, because we do have a light cruiser task force escorting some supply ships, by the looks of it, straight to Guadalcanal. If we can move our New Mexico task force, or even this perhaps this minor surface force over here, because it has more speed, in to intercept that, we could have another one on our hands very soon. We have to double check exactly what's in that task force first, scout it out once again, because I don't believe you saw it either. That would benefit everyone there. So that's all there is today, really. Going to try and get rid of that. So we do have to keep an eye out, of course. We did spot the Yamato once again, north into the Pacific Ocean, with the Kamikawa Maru escorting that. So let's go into the strategic map and see what we can do today. Okay, so first things first, of course, we're going to go for all of the submarines which are about, and there are quite a few. You can see 4 for sure. So we're going to go for lightnings with rockets from Melissa to the southern one here. We're going to go actually and try and hit this one with some lightnings over here. Let's go for the rockets. Where are we? There we go. Let's go straight over there. And let's go with some bow fighters, hopefully. Yep, we have bow fighters here. I'm going to go with all 8 with rockets to this particular sub over here. This one just a little out of position for us to hit. Unfortunately, don't have anything really fast with rockets to hit that just yet. Perhaps we might have wanted to hit it with some Havocs over here, but that's absolutely fine. They can return to base and reload their armaments there. With the Iowa, we are going to go and rearm our ships at Milne Bay there, make use of the new level 3 port there. We are going to scout this particular group out once again, actually, and how we're going to do that is actually take from the Missouri. We're going to go with launch aircraft and take a single Kingfisher, of course, go straight over there, see what we can do. We could probably take it on, actually, if it is just a light cruiser task force with this particular group here. Looks like that's what we were trying to do in our previous video. We do have a nav point set over there, so let's take that. We are going to go with the New Mexico anyway back here. It certainly can't stand up to a Yamato task force over here, this New Mexico, so let's do that. We're going to pull back the Shangri-La a little bit, just so that the Yamato doesn't jump that quite so nastily, and so it can of course reinforce our ships down to the south as well, so and it's still be in range of the Yamato there. That's about it for our opening moves there. We are thinking about bringing our supplies over to upgrade New Georgia to a level 3 airfield there, so we only really, well, we need a bit of everything, to be honest. Mostly engineering, of course, is that's what we're bringing. We are bringing say just about enough engineering by the looks of it. Yeah, that should be fine over there. We do of course have loads of fuel and some supplies over here for that, and some more engineering, so that should be absolutely fine to upgrade that in one trip there. So let's keep going, see if we can get these subs. Okay, so here is the task force just south of the Shortland Islands, coming towards Guadalcanal. So what exactly do we have? A lot of cargo ships is what we have. That's a hell of a lot. The majority actually is cargo ships, and we do have the one to Sendai actually over here. Excellent stuff. And of course just 4 destroyers. I think we can certainly deal with this with our more minor task force, the Baltimore task force over here. So what we're going to do is retreat out of here. Have a look. This appears to be a Minakaze, Wakatake, Mutsuki once again. Same over here. And yep, same old ditto there. Excellent stuff. So fairly easy task force to deal with there, actually. Like I said, the majority of those ships are actually supply ships. Unfortunately, we only managed to deal with the one submarine so far, and that was the one just placed over here. We're going to tell these liners to go back home, which is excellent. We could actually see about strafing this over here. We do have the fuel to have a look. It does still threaten our ships otherwise. Just the other two decided to surface before our fighters could get into position to rocket them. A surfacer to submerge before we could actually hit them. Which is rather a bother there. So that's unfortunate. We could try and hit these cargo ships, of course. That's what we're going to try and do. Going to get some lightnings out once again with some large bombs to deal with those, I think, at the moment. And that will be very nice indeed. Let's carry on. Ooh dear, so we do have we did have an unspotted submarine, absolutely spotted now, submarine on our Shangri-La task force once again. How are we looking for depth charges? Actually, we are full stock. That is absolutely brilliant. Let's go straight over to that then with the Marne there, as usual. The problems with the Clevelands and such is they have no sonar and no depth charges, which means they are absolutely useless in this fight. So having said that, going to turn away, I think, to begin with. We'll turn in with Shangri-La because that just seems to be the best option for that from previous experience. I'm going to turn in, of course, with the Ellis over there to try and help out and get the other Cleveland over here away. And that would be brilliant. So let's see how that goes. Where are they going to fire off to? The sea state is fairly calm, so getting a contact on this is fairly easy. You can actually see it on the surface there. And yeah, the torpedoes, which way? Let's turn in then with the Columbia here. It's going to be rather nasty. You could even lose this if we're unlucky here. That's looking like it's going to be the case, actually. Oh, I don't know. Those torpedoes might just be going... Gonna speed up, I think. Gonna absolutely speed up there. Needs the Marne to turn back round because we've overshot that far too much there. Far too much. This Cleveland is actually the one that's going to be in trouble here. Let's turn in with that. So turn in, thank you. Ignore the waypoints when I tell you to, please. Yeah, now I'll start turning in with Shangri-La here because that's now the ship under threat. Let's stop with this Cleveland here because we're ruining our sonar contact here, as well as the speed of the Marne here. We can see that the sub has actually dived. I think we'll be okay with Shangri-La. I'll just turn a tad there and tell it to slow down, come to a halt. I think we'll be fine there. Elliot, we've told to turn far too much again. Tunnel visioning once again there. Really ruining our chances there. Really being our own problems here. I think this Cleveland is going to be fine if we basically tell it to stop now, actually. That's looking like a very nice spread there. Excellent stuff. So, just need to come into contact with that sub once again then. Let's just stop very briefly with this Marne, see if that helps out. Yeah, we're looking okay over here, aren't we? Excellent stuff. So let's increase time. There we go. Let's move over then with this. Let's go at a decent speed there and start moving. Where are we? Is it quite deep? It is fairly deep, actually. It is a type B as well. Excellent stuff. Okay, Elliot's coming up over here. Let's bring it over to get a sonar contact position there and increase our speed over here so we do actually catch up with this sub and get onto the rear of it using the map there to our advantage to help with that. Okay, there we go. Probably going a little quick, so let's reduce our speed a tad, get some depth charges ready there. Let's go for a spread of 4 to begin with, I think. And yeah, 5 seconds should be fine on that fuse time. Let's just give us a little more lead there. And we should be good to drop over it. Excellent stuff. Very, very lucky not to have taken a torpedo there, especially on the Columbia. I was looking where the torpedoes were going to begin with, wasn't it? Now I can start firing off onto this sub. And we're going to tell this ship to just slow down once again so it doesn't start speeding up out of nowhere. Just hope the fuse and the accuracy is okay on these depth charges. Seems to be okay. Might want to extend it a little more. I do only have the one so far which has exploded anywhere near the submarine. It has caused a fair bit of damage though on the rear of the ship, which is excellent. I like it a little more spread out. And the fuse time seems okay, doesn't it? Let's take a report. Moderate to moderate. No worries there. Let's drop off a couple more then. Let's go for a 3 and drop some more. Looks like actually, yep, we've ruined its propellers and its rudder. It has come to a stop there, so we might want to reverse over that once again once we get these current depth charges off. And just sit on top of that really. Yeah, should just need a few more hits. You can see we're getting some damage on the bow now as well. So if we could spread that to the midships, that would be excellent for us. So let's reverse over that. Take another report, heavy to critical. That might even just flood out. But you never know. We've had submarines left in this sort of state before and not quite done the job there, have we? So we're just above it now. We just need to make sure we're going forwards once again. Let's get over to the Marne there. It is sinking though. Excellent stuff. Brilliant. Very, very nice indeed. Let's go over. So take the time to slowly go through this list. Sure, some people might want to catch up on exactly what we have sunk here. Let you go through it at your own leisure to pause when you need to read through that and take it in. Don't want to linger too much on here, to be honest. See the Issei, Tonnes, Taiyos, Nagato, Shimakaze. That was over a month of in-game time ago. Quite a while ago. And there's the Shokaku, of course. Oh, ho, ho, ho. The Hizen as well came a few days afterwards. But again, a lot of destroyers and a lot of cargo ships, with just a spattering of battleship and escort CV. Which is, you know, it comes with its uses. Absolutely. We've sunk 173 total ships with 1.3 million tons of ships sunk. That is amazing there. Really, really good indeed. This particular task force, obviously now marked as a carrier, looks like it's just stopped actually, and we are going to be able to intercept that with our Baltimore group over here. So that's going to be excellent news for us, which is what we're trying to work towards now. Incidentally, going to get resupplied tomorrow. And thinking actually of getting a reinforcing battleship for the Missouri task force here, perhaps a South Dakota or something. And then we might think about actually getting a reinforcing battleship maybe for the New Mexico, possibly, or even not for the New Mexico, even just for this minor task force here to make that a little beefier. That would be very, very nice indeed, just so it can take on the larger task forces if it so needs to under an emergency there. I think that might be a good idea. So let's carry on. Okay guys, so it's the turn of the next day here, and we have come into contact with that small escorts group with the Japanese suppliers coming straight on top of Guadalcanal that we spotted previously. We did manage to, before we engaged this, come into contact or regroup with both our Baltimore task force and the New Mexico task force. So what I've decided to do, rather than bringing the New Mexico, I've decided to detach the Birmingham and Australia from that task force and merge those in with the Baltimore group here. I think it might be a little overkill to bring a battleship, and I just want a little bit more firepower so we can spread out our fire onto some more destroyers and such, and just have this over with a little bit easier. However, on the strategic map, we are actually very, very close to this task force here. So we are still in danger of actually losing a couple ships here, depending on how we play this. Very much expecting we'll lose a destroyer or two here because we are so close. If they decide to focus their fire, that was very much a possibility. So let's see what happens and just go for it, really. See how close we are. Probably not quite on top of them. We do have our radar on. Where are we? Okay, so yeah, we are very, very close indeed. So we are a line ahead, which gives us options for maneuverability, of course. What do we have over here? We have a Minakaze over here. Let's fire out to begin with on that. Let's go for a narrow shots to begin with the Hughes. We're going to identify that as a Minakaze. Let's go to all Minakaze, yes please. The Trip can help fire out on that as well. And actually, no, that is just going to fire on that for now. San Diego can fire on the closest destroyer. Otherwise, that's... We identify these generally as Momis, don't we? I think for the sake of variety, we're going to go for Wakatake over here. Baltimore absolutely has to fire on the Sendai. Where is that? It's over here, number 4. Excellent. AP narrow. And actually going to get its secondaries to fire off some star shells for us because it is still early in the day. Visibility is broken and such, but 60%. Not ideal there, so let's identify that as a Sendai. There we go. And yeah, that is the final Sendai in the series, so excellent for us there. Gonna get the Philadelphia over here, actually over on to this Wakatake over here. Let's identify that as such. Keep all of them as Wakatake just for the sake of variety. Cummings can fire on this particular Wakatake to help us our Atlanta. That's not a problem. Let's make sure that does fire out. Give it some orders there. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Make sure it's firing on that. Birmingham can help the Philadelphia over here. Fire out on that. How much HE do we have? Not a hell of a loss, actually. Got the feeling we're going to run out of ammo, actually, with this, but that's okay. Australia can help onto the Sendai then. And that should go down very nicely indeed. We get out some true AP secondaries on that. Now that's everything. They do have a Jake themselves out. We decided to bring a Kingfisher just to help, like so. And actually, we're just going to take the time to identify these cargo ships, I think. So let's go for, this is a Wenshaw Maru. So let's target that. That would help. This is a Nippon Maru over here. Let's identify all the Nippons while we have that up, actually. I think it's just the 2 here. Brilliant. And we have a Kamigawa over here. That didn't target it, being an idiot. And we have an Aratama over here. Okay, cool. Let's just re-identify this. Like so. Excellent stuff. How are we looking then? Are we getting any hits onto ourselves? I think what we should do is improve our speed and change our course. Some very advanced tactics there. I think the Baltimore can get up to about 34-ish knots. Let's double check that. 32, not a problem there. Okay, cool. Looks like we're taking some hits already on the Hughes here, and indeed we are. Look at that, some flooding already. Let's take off, you know what is really hindering us here. Let's take off auto fire flak. Because what's happening is our dual purpose guns are actually going for the plane over there, and that is not ideal at all. Really don't want that to happen. So once again, let's go for AP on the Sendai here and make sure we are firing spotting shells out at that. Does mean we have to reissue our orders just a tad over here, which is rather unfortunate. Did not want to have to do that. Not too bothered about the scouts coming over, to be honest. We have bigger fish to fry, and that means we've wasted some shots, unfortunately. Just make sure that we're going okay like that over there. Cool. Yeah, wasted some shots because we're firing out a lot of our main guns onto that Jake rather than onto the ships. You can see they've got a lot of star shells over us indeed. Getting some hits finally though onto the Sendai. It does look like that Hughes might go down. I think what we're going to do is send out some smoke and actually slow down a tad so that we'll cover this and of course the rest of our formation a little bit. How are we looking though? Oh, can see a big old hit coming onto this Wakatake over here. That should be going down fairly easy. We do have the Atlanta firing out on that, which is a massive amount of firepower going out on that. We do have a big old hit coming in over to this Minakaze as well, which is very, very good indeed. You can see some straddling shots going over for the Sendai. And of course the Star Shells going out on that for the centre of their formation there. Yeah, our solutions are looking okay actually. I think we have identified everything pretty much spot on. Yeah, the Wakatake Hughes suffers magazine explosion already. That's very, very early and very, very unlucky indeed. What did I say? We came in too close once again. Far too close. In fact, we're just under 10 kilometers there. I think 15 really is the ideal position there. There you go. Not fun. That's okay. It does happen. We are firing, aren't we? The Wakatake not doing great. Should we try and re-identify the Wakatake just in case that is the problem? Let's see if we can go to Momi over here. Like that. No, that's reducing it, so it is a Wakatake. Okay, interesting. If we change that to spotting fire then, that might go a bit better. How are we going on Baltimore with that 82% solution? Sendai looks like it's going to cruel. Let's change that back to AP spotting now, or HE secondary, so I guess it's some more damage. Those star shells are fairly numerous, should be doing okay there. And getting some AP secondaries or something else will help our solution just that much better. How's the Australia looking on that? 68 to 70, not a problem. Philadelphia's still struggling a tad with that, aren't you? Ah, this Wakatake is looking like it's going down though. Let's take a speed check on that and actually just take a damage report. Critical on the 7, which I believe that one is. We're going to lose the Hughes for sure with that magazine explosion, unfortunately. Let's hold off with the HE there. And actually, because it is going at 0 speed, let's go for a manual shots there. And go for the bow at the moment. Probably want to go for the rear, having a look at it really. Let's change that up. We'll get a second shot out. Go straight on top of that. See some volume of fire coming in there. Yeah, that'll come in. That'll come in. Just waiting because we are straddling. It is such a small ship, but it is rather offline actually. It might be wasting our shells here. So let's actually hold again. Take a quick pause and see what we're doing to the rest of their formation. Let's go for the Minakaze actually, because that's looking rather fine actually, rather pristine. Let's go for that then. Fire on that with our San Diego there. Was something else helping that out? Yes, this particular ship was, the Cummings was helping us out. Let's go for, should we go for this Wakatake? It's retreating. Didn't actually decide to get anyone on this one, which is rather a shame. Let's go for that then. And we're going to tell everyone, well, we're going to tell this ship that it is actually a Wakatake once again, just for the sake of variety, of course. Was anyone else firing out on the number 7? I don't think so, were they? Excellent. Cool. That should be going fine. We need to change because the Hughes is going down. Let's get everyone to brake and reform onto the trip here on a line ahead, and that can take command of the formation. Should have done this a lot sooner because we're currently sitting ducks like so. Try and turn out like that. Yeah, number 7's going down. Excellent stuff. Would prefer the Sendai were going down. How's that actually looking? Goes to Baltimore. Still going to 11 knots. I wonder if I can really aim a decent manual shot on that. Can't quite get the shell travel time down. That's the thing. 11 knots isn't particularly fast, as we can see here. It's just our shots just aren't coming in quite well enough, are they? Tell you what, let's hold with this next AP volley and try and get a decent shell group out. What are we going? 11 knots, 11 kilometers. There's no real thought, just trying to guess really at seeing how fast it's going on the map. Let's try go for about this sort of position here and hold with the next volley, see how that goes, see if we get any decent hits. Should be able to tell which shells are from the Baltimore. Should all group together and come in at a fairly decent weight. I think that might have been it actually. Getting that might even be it actually as well, so there's quite a good volume there. It is going slow, we've hit the engine somewhat, so let's go for just the bow there quickly. Yeah, it's slowing down now to a very nice stationary speed for us, so we really probably should have gone for the midships there. But I think with the lead we gave, that might be just enough. Doesn't look like we're taking any hits onto any of our other ships. There's no major damage reports at the moment. We are going to have to start firing out some more star shells soon though, because ours have dissipated. And yeah, where's our Kingfisher gone? That's okay, it's not this one that's left, that's brilliant. Let's fire out another manual shot there. It is speeding up once again actually. This Minakaze is taking some nasty fire now actually, that is very very good indeed. How's the rear doing actually? This Wakatake X, we do have some hits on there. Actually this one's sinking now, so let's take some ships which were targeting that. I believe, is it Cummings after that? No, it was the Birmingham after that. Let's get that on this particular Wakatake over there, get some spotting fire to begin with. How are we looking on the shells? We have run out of HE already. That is a lot of fire that's gone out from that ship. Which ship was Philadelphia after that? Was after that, so let's go and help this as well. Get that over here. San Diego's firing on Minakaze over here, which is struggling. Not sure we're getting these hits though. We do need to change the Baltimore's firing pattern because that will be missing now. Let's go out to spotting fire with that to begin with. Trip, I think we're actually going to get you to fire just some full star shells for the moment. Baltimore, you're firing at Sendai. It's the Philadelphia I want, so we can get its star shells firing out from its secondaries actually, just to spread that out a tad. Interesting that the Hughes isn't actually sinking yet. It is just dead in the water. Getting on top of what we can. That will go down. You can see they're still focusing it. So if anything else, you know, it is just serving as a distraction at the moment. Yeah. Only in death does juicy end, my friend. Unfortunately for you. That's okay. One destroyer for. Hopefully we get this whole thing here. Minakaze's really struggling now. Let's take a quick report. That's number 9. Critical damage to heavy flooding, a few more hits and that will certainly go down. I think if we just stop now it will get on top of the damage there, but that was a nice big hit there. Let's get some spotting with this particular ship here because our solution is lacking now that they're under so much smoke. You can see we're getting closer though. How's the Baltimore's looking? It is back to 80, so we're going to actually fire to hit now. Yeah, I think that would do. Okay, so Minakaze has finally gone down, so we do just have this Wakatake and Sendai to deal with before they have 0 real armament left. their Kamigawa's actually firing at us. It does appear they're aiming at us. Really interesting decision there. So we're moving now down to between their lines here. We are firing onto the Nippon Maru with our trip over here. We'll see how well that goes, but we are taking some nasty damage. Does a lot of getting on top of it. Did have some fires and flooding on our magazine once again with the trip there, so that's very lucky we got on top of that. I'll happily take the damage we have there. Let's just run through the rest of our ships here. Looks like we're okay. They have just focused our destroyers, which is interesting, but really, realistically, the only thing they can comfortably take on in this particular engagement. So I will happily take that. We are focusing really now this Wakatake mostly because it is such a small ship. It's covered in smoke, and we're using actually the rear 2 turrets from our San Diego here to fire out some star shells on that, and of course this one for some reason, but that's absolutely fine. Does look like we have quite a few out now, so what I can do is actually just tell everything to go for HE there and try and fire to hit, because you do have such a nice solution on that now. Let's go over to the Baltimore and check. Yeah, the speed of the Sendai is only 3 knots now. It does look like it's dead in the water, so we're going to hold off once again. Fire out some more manual shots for its bow there. And what we can do is take the Australia and actually do the same at the moment. Let's go for the bow there like so. And that will give us a little more control on not wasting any shots, or not wasting so many shots there. And that will happily go down. Does look like it's on a poor angle for its guns to fire at us now that we're manoeuvring. That's absolutely brilliant. Looks like we're just straddling it for the moment though, because it is presenting such a thin target for us. I think really that'll do. Yeah, it's taking some more hits there. Might want to reduce our lead maybe. I think we're okay though. We can just see how much we're straddling that. Going for the rear. How are we looking on the Wakatake here? Yeah, it's just such a small ship and so much smoke. I think really we should probably think about going for these Kamigawa Marus actually. So let's take the Birmingham. And actually, yeah, because it's got such a poor solution on the Wakatake, let's go for this Kamigawa Maru. Unfortunately, like I said, we do only have AP left on here now. And that's going to run down fairly quickly as well. If that's reload, I'd like to see this thing fire a full broadside here. That would be nice. I don't think we have an angle actually on number 3 turret there, which is strange. It's okay. And we're going to take... Alright, Philadelphia, what's you firing? You are going for the Wakatake there. I think you should also go for this Kamigawa Maru just to help us out a tad. Like so. What are we looking over here? Yeah, it should be okay. Should be okay. What Atlanta's doing here. Sendai's finally going down. Excellent. So let's get Baltimore actually on to the Wenshaw Maru over here. What's the position? Let's get the get it on the Nippon Maru over here. How's that looking? It's taken a couple hits, but not quite enough over there. So let's do that. Get a few star shells out over there, and we get the Australia actually go for the Wenshaw over here, like so. Get some HE on that, thank you, as well as your secondaries. That should be doing very nicely indeed. I thought I saw a fire out here. Luckily not. Somewhat mistaken there. Yeah, they're getting some smoke launchers up now, so that will be very, very nice indeed for us. Okay, so that is going to be the end of it for that battle, where lots of ships sunk there, but not quite all of them. We decided to leave because they were retreating out, and we're just expending ammunition without getting any hits on the enemy there. Rather unfortunate, but that should force them to retreat there. Not a problem at all. 4 command points gained, very nice indeed. Strange, but very, very lucky we didn't lose the Hughes there, because it did take that magazine explosion. That's absolutely fine indeed. Can weirdly see a destroyer out here, destroyer submarine out here. Must be because it's in the radar range, I suppose. Interesting. So what we're going to do is leave it there, I'm afraid, guys. We shall get resupplied in the next episode. What we're going to do is actually bring these ships round and actually rearm the New Hebrides. But that is going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Made some very nice new gains there indeed, and the command points will go towards recycling a few ships, perhaps getting us another battleship to help somewhere, perhaps. We'll see what we want to do with that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.